we need to start here with the breaking news. There's been a deadly crash just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. An Amtrak train colliding with a freight train.
Yeah, this comes on the heels of several other high-profile incidents involving Amtrak trains. And Ron is here with the very latest. Ron, good morning.
Good morning to you. This happened just after 2:30 this morning. Here's what we know so far. At least 2 people reported dead and at least 70 injured. Amtrak train 91 was carrying 139 passengers and 8 crew members. It was traveling from New York City to Miami. The NTSB has dispatched a team of investigators to the scene in Casey, South Carolina, near Columbia. This crash comes a week after 1 person was killed and 6 injured when an Amtrak train carrying Republican Congress members to a conference in West Virginia. That train hit a garbage truck. And in December, another deadly derailment, an Amtrak passenger train hurling off an overpass near DuPont, Washington State, killing 3 people and injuring dozens while on its inaugural run from Seattle to Portland, Oregon. And now this accident early this morning in South Carolina again. At least 2 killed in that accident.
Ron, thank you. Joining us now on the phone is Derek Pettaway, who was on the train when it crashed. Derek, thank you very much for joining us on such short notice. From your perspective, what can you tell us about the moment of impact?
The moment of impact, I was asleep at the moment of impact, but that's actually what woke me up. But after that, everybody was just in shock. It's early in the morning. Everybody's tired. So it was relatively calm. It was calm, everybody, and orderly. The Amtrak crew was very professional, getting everybody gathered, collected, and detrained. First responders showed up really quick. I mean, it's been a pretty stressful morning, but everybody seems to be taking it fairly well.
And Derek, you said everybody was sleeping at the time of impact. It happened roughly around 2:30 in the morning. But what exactly did that impact feel like when the Amtrak train hit this freight train?
I don't know. The only thing I know is I was kind of just tossed up against the side of the car, and I hit my head and just minor injuries. But it was just felt for me, and where I was in the train, it just felt like just a really bad car accident.
We're really happy to hear that your injuries are minor. We do, however, unfortunately know that at least 2 people did not survive. As you were led off the train, you described it as orderly. Did you see many injured and possibly even fatalities?
Didn't see any fatalities. I saw a few people with much worse injuries than myself. Looked like maybe broken bones, but other than that, I didn't see much of anything.
And you said that the response was very orderly as well. We know that the Red Cross is taking the wounded at a nearby middle school, but what has the response exactly been like, Derek?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
I was just saying we know that the Red Cross has responded to the scene. They're now taking the wounded to a nearby middle school, but what exactly was the response like?
The response was great. I mean, I don't know about taking people to the shelter. I actually went straight from the crash site to the hospital and was discharged and moved back. I'm now at the shelter. I see people trickling in. I mean, you have maybe 40 to 60 folks in gymnasium already.
And Derek, I imagine you feel pretty lucky to be alive this morning, considering what happened.
Yes.
All right, Derek Pettaway, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us on GMA this morning.
Thank you.
And ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in Washington with more on the response to the crash. Good morning, Stephanie.
Dan and Paula, good morning. Details are still unfolding in South Carolina at this hour, but we do know the National Transportation Safety Board here in Washington is now on the way to the state. They're sending what's referred to as a GO team. It'll consist of more than a dozen investigators and support staff. They'll work closely with local authorities in South Carolina, trying to figure out what went wrong here. Now, the NTSB will take the lead. They'll look at everything from cameras and videos from the train to the speed and braking systems. They'll also gather information about the track and signage along the way. And as Paula mentioned, the Red Cross is also on site right now to help those affected and impacted by all of this. They're helping passengers and those that are walking around with injuries at the staging area near that middle school. Now, they've also dispatched emergency resources from across the state. They also say they'll be assisting first responders as well. And we just learned a few moments ago that NTSB investigators will also, of course, interview train engineers and the crew there. But guys, this is just the beginning. And this a long investigation lies ahead.
Yes,
Back over to you.
So many questions to be answered.
Thanks,
Thank you
Stephanie.
very much, Stephanie. We're going to be covering this breaking story all morning right here on ABC and on abcnews.com.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.